If you have a VR headset, Tactera is the game you need to buy. This game might not be overly complex or graphical powerhouse, even though I think that this game actually looks really good, even on my Gear VR. But what this game does is absolutely nail immersion and gameplay. It plops you right down on this virtual holographic tabletop, and you really feel like you're a commander moving your troops from base to base, conquering each base to try to beat the other person. You slap on a pair of good headphones and you just transport yourself away. That's one thing that this game does exceptionally well. Tactera has 3 modes. It's got your basic skirmish, where you just jump in and go head to head with the AI. It's got a campaign mode that, on top of the strategy in the main game itself, it adds another layer of strategy by having all these little points of contest that you have to take over. Laid out are several hexagons. Each team is occupying 6 hexagons, and then there is a row of 3 in the middle. In each hexagon are 3 slots for every unit. You deploy your forces, so you can move each unit once per round, and then you march your units towards your enemy. If you and the AI end up in the same hexagon, then a battle will start. You can have multiple battles at the same time, and then you have to choose strategically which battle you want to personally control. On top of every battle, there is a percentage of the likelihood that you are to win that battle. So in this, you have to choose pretty wisely in the most strategic spots to make sure that you give yourself the victory on that one. Each victory gains you control of that hexagon. Each round is played. You get a certain number of reinforcements based on how many empty circles you have in your hexagons. So with each turn and each victory and reinforcements, you march across the map until you have wiped out every single orange hexagon there is. Once you have made the whole tabletop blue, then you can go back to the menu and reset the campaign and do it over again. The multiplayer is pretty neat. The multiplayer sets you across the tabletop from another person, and then when you look across, you can see just this visor of the other player, and you can watch their head turn as they're looking at units, and it's really cool. You don't get this in any type of other multiplayer game. I mean, you are literally sitting down and you are looking at the other person as they move, as they try to strategize. It's such a neat experience. You really have to experience this for yourself to just kind of grasp how much fun that this is. This game is really simplistic, but it has a lot of depth. I kind of compare it to Rocket League. You have your cursor in the center of your view, and you select your base or your units, and then you march them to another base or to go head on with some enemy units. Each base that you take over grants you more units. When you take over a base, you have the option of picking which units you want that base to start building. Before each map, you pick which 3 units you want to go out with. The units vary from light, aircrafts to heavier aircrafts to light ground vehicles to tanks to even Hellfire missiles, artillery, and even a Death Star like just ion blast that wipes out all of your enemy units. You'll quickly learn which units you like the best and which work for you the best in each scenario. I personally like to go with the tanks and the heavier aircraft and the artillery backing those up. You also have options in each one of your bases to do a temporary boost, which will produce a lot more really quickly, a lot more units. But after that short burst of unit production, it will more slowly produce your units from that point on. Or you can choose the upgrade option. If you upgrade, it temporarily stops any unit production, but at the advantage of when the upgrade is done, it will forever reproduce those units quicker throughout the whole entire match. All these little things added in just make this game just so much fun. If you have a VR, I cannot recommend Tactera any more highly. Go out and buy it. It's a blast to play. And thanks so much for watching my channel and watching this review. I'll see you on the next video.